Hi everyone, today I am going to tell you an extraordinary story of an ordinary guy called Jimmy. He was in love with a beautiful and lovely girl called Jane. Both of them were happy and decided to get married and be together forever. Both of them were quite excited. Jimmy went to Jane's father to ask for her hand. Jane's father was a strict man and he asked Jimmy about his earnings. Jimmy was a normal guy with an ordinary job. Jane's father wanted to marry her daughter to a businessman. So he made a deal with Jimmy that if Jimmy starts his own business, he will marry his daughter to her. Jimmy was upset with the deal. He had no option. He was sad and came back thinking, what should he do? He started thinking of how to begin with. As usual, he Googled it. He searched how to start his own business. There were a lot of things on the internet, but he found one thing common, which was a business model. But what is a business model? Someone says that it is how companies run and make money, while others say it is a system. A business model is a simplified representation of a business logic. As business may be divided to two sections, products and services, and there are thousands of companies operating worldwide, each having unique logic, so there are enormous business models. Although there are different business models, but they all have a set of basic elements in common. These elements form a business canvas. Each business model can be explained by a business canvas. A canvas is basically a language of a business model. There are 9 blocks in a canvas which tells us our customer segment, that is target customers for our business, the value proposition, our offerings which are valued by consumers, cost structures and revenues taking account for profits, finances and costs, resources and partners tells us key partners and infrastructures in our business, customer relations and channels tells our relations with target consumers and channels to reach them. Jimmy selected 3 business models, which are owning the consumer model employed by Apple, network-based model employed by Mazda and Swaraj trucks in India, and a sustainable model. But he thought, if the petrol and coal is going to vanish, what the companies will do after that? Similarly, if people don't have money, with whom the companies will do their business. Due to this, he chose the sustainability business model. He learned further about the sustainable business models and found that it is different from the neoclassical economic model, which focus only on maximizing profits. The sustainability model focuses on profits as well as saving environment and society. This is referred to as ecological modernization. He found that there are 2 types of sustainability. One is ecological sustainability, which is saving planet, reducing pollution, recycling and reusing, minimizing carbon footprints and closing loops. The other is social sustainability, which is developing efficient communities, employee retention and saving rights of our employees. The business model, which focuses on environmental aspects in line with the economic aspects, is called ecological sustainability business model. Moreover, it does not concentrate entirely on maximizing profits. Companies adopting this model can reduce their carbon emissions, use renewable energy resources, recycle, and avoid wastage of natural scarce resources. While on the other hand, social sustainability is companies adopting strategies for protecting social values and making strong communities. Jimmy was thinking that how a company employing a sustainable business model which is doing so much work in interest of society can make profit. He considered the examples of Interface and Bendigo Bank. While Interface was employing ecological model, Bendigo was working on social sustainability business model. In a speech, CEO of Interface Ray Anderson told that over past 12 years, Interface reduced 82% greenhouse gases emissions. Their profit has been doubled. Water use is reduced by 70%. They are planning to use every unit of energy from renewable energy resource. Wherever possible, they are trying to close the loop of take, make, waste by planting trees and giving something back to environment. They are recycling carpets also. Similarly, Bendigo Bank Australia is employing community welfare programs and is number 1 in Australia for operating community welfare programs. Jimmy was excited as he found his business model. Also, he found this model to be ethical. Jimmy went to Jane to tell her that he got his plan. Jane was waiting for him. She believed that Jimmy and was sure that he will do something. Wanna know the business plans of Jimmy? What about next assignment, mate?
Created using Powtoon.